Okay, so I was having a problem with my dryer, and when I turned it on, the dryer was not even trying to ignite at all. So what I found out was this was the issue. And if you can look, try to get the light on it. If you can look right there, you see how it's broken right there? So right there told me that that was the issue, but I still wanted to check it out with my meter. And before I got to that, I started with other things, like there's a switch right there, and then that right over there. Let's see if I can get a better view of it. That right in there, all that is a like a fuse. And then you've got one back in there. That's a sensor. Then you got another sensor right there. So that sensor right there is a sensor for flame. And then that sensor right there is a sensor for this heating element. And this heating element is what turns on, ignites. It's like an igniter actually. So that igniter ignites the flame. So what happens is first is this will start to glow red. And then when it glows red, that sensor right there will sense that it's getting hot, which will come around here, come up to here, and it'll turn the valve on for the gas. And then when the gas turns on, it comes out the end, it's glowing red, and it ignites it. And then right up there, that sensor senses there's a flame. If it does not ignite, that sensor will shut these valves off, so that way you don't keep pouring gas to something that's not lit. So that's how all that works. So let me show you exactly how I did this. You take your ohm meter. Let me get my light back here. Oh yeah, check out this light. This light's really cool. I got this light at Menards, and it's got 3 different settings. You see how bright it goes, and then if I hit this button right there in the back, it dims it down a lot. And then if I hit the button again, you got a red stop, and then if I hit the button again, then it blinks. And this is just like a roadside safety thing that you can buy. I think I paid like 10 bucks for this thing, but this thing's pretty sweet because it's rechargeable. Let's see if I can do it with one hand here. So right here in the back, you can recharge it right there at the top, and then right there on the bottom, you can plug in a USB, and you can actually charge your phone from this. Like I actually plugged my phone in and it charged it up to 100% just by using the rechargeable system on here, which is these right back here, the rechargeable batteries. And then if you don't want to use rechargeable batteries, you can use like 4 AA batteries too. So that's a pretty sweet little unit. But anyways, let's get back to the project at hand here. So yeah, so that brightens it right up. See, that's off right there. You can kind of tell, but if you turn it on, boom, you can see right up in there a whole lot better. So what we're going to do is we're going to test this, and all you're going to do is just run ohms through it. And you're just going to take the ohm meter, and you're going to put the red one to that one and the black one to that one. So trying to do this with one hand is going to be fun. Okay, so it's just not going to work with one hand. But anyways, all you're doing is you're running ohms through it. And then if you take your ohm meter and you touch it like that, see that how it pegs it right out? That tells you got a complete circuit running through here, running through the one wire, through all this, back and forth, and then back up through the other wire. Now obviously you can tell that this is broke, because if you look, you could see it's got a big old broken spot right there. And then the new one, which is right here, this is the part number, by the way, and it's just called an igniter. But if you take this out and you look here, this is the new one, and that's what it's supposed to look like. So all it did was break right there, and then that stopped it from heating up because it just disconnected the circuit. So we're going to plug it in, we're going to test it. After I get it all mounted and put in there and everything, I'll show you exactly how it works. There is a little screw right here, and all I did was just loosen that screw up, and then there's a notch right here, and then there's a notch right here, and that's why this thing has notches. It's got one there, one on the top, and one on the bottom. So it does not really matter which way it goes in, either that way or that way. And you got to be very careful you don't bump the end right here, because if you bump that end and break it, then obviously it's going to be no good. So I'm going to slide this on here. Just like that. See how it kind of slides in the groove like that? And then I just pull it back and I stop. And that's just a really small socket that goes for that. It's just a 1/4 inch. So now all I got to do is just tighten it back up. Should have grabbed a smaller ratchet, right? Oh well, that's what I had in the house already, so. And you don't want to super over tighten it. Just tighten it up enough so it doesn't move. And that's all you need. See, it wiggles the whole thing, so that's not going to come out of there now. Alrighty, then you just take it and plug her in. Like so. Make sure your wire is down and out of the way. And then I'll plug the dryer back in real quick and we'll test it and see how it works. See, now it's glowing red. Before it wasn't doing that. And then it should ignite. Just like that. See, and then it stops glowing red. And if you look inside there, see all kinds of flames. And then that sensor on the top right there senses that it has flames, so it keeps these valves open. If it did not ignite from the igniter, then these valves would shut. And that's how that works. Oh boy. I can feel the heat already. So what happens is the heat goes over through there. It shut off already because I got everything open, but the heat goes up and through there. It comes up the back side of the dryer and comes out that spot right there. And that's how that works. Alrighty. Till next time. I hope this helps you out. Have a good day.